Hi, my name is Isaac Deely and I have Asperger's syndrome. I am creating jobs for people with autism and Asperger's syndrome, and I want you to help. Yes, I do, and you can. If you haven't read up on our project yet, go to www.autlabs.com. That's AUTLABS.com. Read up on our project, check out our wiki, get involved. We have a newsletter. Lots of people have signed up for our newsletter. We've had lots of people blog about the project already. That's another great way that you can help out. We are in the process of doing what Malcolm Gladwell in his book, The Tipping Point, referred to as creating a social epidemic. What that means is that we are getting lots of people very excited, energized, fired up for this idea of creating jobs for people on the autistic spectrum, people with autism and Asperger's syndrome. Not placing them in jobs. That's very different. I want to make this distinction. The AutLabs project is not about job placement. The AutLabs project is about creating new jobs for people with autism and Asperger's syndrome. And in my case, I was a software engineer since 1994. So I am creating a company called Intelligent Laboratories, where I am going to hire people with Asperger's syndrome and autism spectrum disorders as engineers at my company. And this is not a new thing. In other communities, there are already companies in the U.S. like Black Entertainment Television or the Logo channel on cable that serve minority communities. And we kind of expect that, you know, if you were to look at the roster of people who work for Black Entertainment Television, for example, the majority of them are probably black. I'm not saying that all of them are, you know, don't get me wrong, but there is a company that serves a minority, and you know, the odds are that most of the people who work there are part of that minority. Okay, great, more power to you. But we've also got another model. We've got an example of a company, a Danish company called Specialisterne, who already they're a software testing company, and they specifically hire people with Asperger's syndrome as software testers. So we know that these things work. We know that these things can be done. We just need to get more people talking about it and excited about it, interested in starting new companies where we can create these new jobs for people with autism and Asperger's syndrome, so that we can get that unemployment rate down from 80% closer to what it is for everyone else. And I believe that this is possible. I hope that you believe that this is possible, and I want you to help us out. So one question that you might be asking yourself, Isaac, if you have Asperger's syndrome and this has been a problem for you, you know, your communication skills are hindered by your Asperger's syndrome, are they not? Right? How are you going to manage an effective company? How are you going to manage a campaign like the Intelligent Laboratories campaign, this ambitious campaign to movement to create jobs for people with autism and Asperger's syndrome? And I'll tell you, I expect it to be a challenge. This is one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. I expect it to continue to be, but I also expect it to be very doable. And so I've started working on improving my communication skills in specific ways to help me learn to be the leader that these projects need. I might not, you know, necessarily prefer to be a leader, honestly, if I were given a choice. But I feel that this is a project that needs to be undertaken. We really need to do this stuff. And so even though I might not prefer to be that leader, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to learn to be the person that these projects need to get them started. But I very much expect it to be a community effort. And that's another thing. you know, I've had these communication challenges, and I've already started reading these books. I've started reading this book in particular called Crucial Conversations. This is a book about dialogue and conflict resolution, and I've started already applying the tools and techniques that are described in Crucial Conversations to my own life. And I've already noticed in particular that my relationship with my fiance, Tiffany, has already started to improve because I've started to apply these new communication skills that I'm learning. And it's not overnight, it's not a light switch, but it happens gradually. Every day I look for new opportunities to apply the skills that I've learned. And when I find these opportunities to apply these skills, I find that that our communication is better and our relationship has improved as a result. I've also picked up this book, Yes, 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive. Sometimes, even when somebody wants something, you need to give them a little bit of a nudge to get them to do it, right? Like, how many people do you know who say, gosh, I really need to lose weight? You know, gosh, I really need to find a diet that works for me. You know, gosh, I really need to get out to the gym and start exercising more. I know I do that. And part of the reason why I don't exercise more is because although I know that my health is really important, exercise just hasn't made it to the top of my priorities list yet. But this project has. And I find that it's, you know, there's this motivation issue. Someone has to be excited enough about it to inspire other people to get involved. And so I had to learn how to be that person. I had to learn how to be persuasive, how to convince people to do the things that they already want to do. You already want to do this. You want to help us create these jobs for people with autism and Asperger's syndrome. You do. It's not a question. I already know you do. Everybody looking at this video wants to help me create these jobs for people with autism and Asperger's syndrome. But it hasn't happened yet. Nobody's done it yet. Why? Just because nobody got the community together. Nobody got the community charged up about it yet. And so that's what I'm doing. And I'm learning how to do that, a better job of that right now, by studying the science of persuasion. So it's been a long road for me. It's been challenging. I have had plenty of problems with my Asperger's syndrome over the years. I've lost jobs because of it. But now I have a way to help change that, and you do too. So check out our website at autlabs.com. Rate this video below to let me know how I'm doing, and I hope to work with you soon. Thank you.